there might not be a greater test right now than Joao Gabriel.
Yep. He can do it. We've seen him very close, and like I said, you know, he's been winning a majority of matches early, and then just, you know, he just either fades or Buchecha just comes on too strong near the end. And
as a good friend of mine once said when I asked him how his match went, he said, I was doing great, and then something terrible happened. And I think that that's probably how Joao Gabriel would describe many of his matches with Buchecha, which is he's doing great, and then literally something terrible happens. And and not only, it's not just a guard pass or a sweep, it's a accumulation of multiple things going wrong all at once.
Yep. And it is Buchecha, so he can do that to you.
Absolutely.
So Joao Gabriel starts out strong, and
this is it's not necessarily that it's a surprise to me. It's one of those things that if this is the strategy that he wants and this is how he wants to go, then this is how he's going to do it. But one has to wonder that if some of the things that have gone wrong from on in the past have been because he hasn't been able to manage the full 10 minutes well.
And Joao Gabriel did not do the open yesterday. I don't have any intel of why.
So my understanding is that he did, in fact, abstain from the absolute so that he could save his energy for the division finals, potentially with Buchecha.
That was my guess.
Rocha in the white, reigning champion in the blue.
And really, Rocha's key here to defeat is to stay tied up. If Buchecha shoots in and Rocha has nothing, no grips, he can go from on your leg to double, and then he takes people backwards, gets on their hips so well. And that's where Rocha has to be very cautious.
There are a few people that can size up against Buchecha, and I think that that's one of the reasons why he's such a mismatch for so many.
Yep.
But Rocha is one of the few that can.
He is, yeah.
There's a stomp clap going on in the audience right now, and it is grossly out of sync, Sean. Buchecha now pulling the lapel of Rocha out.
That indicates to me that he wants a single with the lapel. That's what I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
I guess he wants to do a single and get that lapel now.
Buchecha, a better wrestler than he is in traditional throws. Was often the difference in his matches with Rodolfo for a long period of time. He even said the very first time that he was able to beat him that he had worked on his wrestling as he felt like that was the thing that could define the match and create a difference, and it was. Both of the, I had got a message on social media earlier, someone asking about the black belts with the white bar, both of these gentlemen having that. Traditionally marks that they are a black belt and a student. Is that correct, Sean?
Well, you know, I actually think that you have to have a bar on your black belt to compete. And so I think a lot of people just put white tape on it. You know, you may be right. I thought that you could be right about that. I don't know, but I had just thought that it was that the IBJJF required you to have a bar on your belt, and so a lot of them just put white tape on their black belt. But
yeah, a dirty secret to the weigh-in process sometimes is that when you're really struggling on the weight, people will go out and buy karate belts, which happen to be just
super light,
a little bit lighter than a jiu-jitsu black belt. So that may be true. Now they're grip fighting here as Things are heating up here as 3 minutes have already expired.
Swipe in there. Shot in for a single by Buchecha.
And you know what I don't hear right now, Sean, is Joao Gabriel's wife, who usually you can hear over everybody else in the crowd. Foot sweep attempt there by Joao Gabriel. And they're going to get called for passivity here. I don't think it's not necessarily because either of them aren't working. I think they're just stalemating each other a bit here.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Deadlines are going to drive results in this match.
That's right.
The clock is a weapon.
It is.
And we'll see who uses it first. Buchecha nearly missing on that shot.
Yeah, he swiped and a swing and a miss, but.
And this is how these two athletes are really different. So Buchecha can afford to make mistakes. We've seen him before.
Yeah.
He'll play fast and loose sometimes. Joao Gabriel, in this match, he can't.
Yeah.
He can't afford that.
It's a good assessment. You're right.
We've actually seen Buchecha make mistakes in matches with Joao Gabriel before. Yep. Mistakes in that Joao Gabriel was able to capitalize on some things.
Yeah, he's got the speed and the strength to recover from mistakes.
Ooh, nice foot sweep attempt. A large thud that you could hear. I don't know if you guys could hear that at home, but it was a real dense knock that sounded across the stadium here. We're about half done already. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left to go. And some more passivity calls here. Now tied up, 2 penalties, 1 advantage each. Kind of measuring each other at a distance.
So adds a little saltiness to the match, doesn't it? It's good.
You know, you got to wonder too. Buchecha's got to know now he doesn't have another match. You know, the absolute is done. So you can see, and he looks fresh still. You know, yesterday one of the things that I think we noticed was he looked a little bit out of breath. He looked like, and here he is shooting in on a single here.
But a snap down. Wow, and a little extra push.
Yep.
Joao Rocha fired up, and that's the thing. You can't miss. You can't miss.
A little gamesmanship here.
You can't miss and have Joao Rocha get a grip on your back. You're gonna get extended. It's a rough place to be when someone has a good grip on your back. It can snap you down well, and as we just saw with Muhammad Ali and Leandro.
And we saw a little bit of change in strategy from both guys there for a minute. You could see they were starting to wrestle as opposed to kind of tie up here. I'm going to get reset back here in the middle.
And I'm wondering, you know, because, okay, historically, I don't have the data to say how many matches Joao Gabriel is winning for how long, but, you know, does the longer this one go, does the more advantage to Joao Gabriel because usually he is winning in the contest early? You know, the longer this one go on the feet?
Anybody that's competed in Jiu-Jitsu competitively for a long period of time at a high level can tell you, you start to hear voices in your head, more so when you're ahead than whenever you're behind. When you're ahead, you start to tell yourself, oh my gosh, am I going to win this match? Am I going to beat Buchecha? Who am I going to face in the next? Those questions can be your worst enemy sometimes. And you wonder if Joao Gabriel is hearing some of those voices in the past whenever he's gotten ahead on Buchecha only to have things fall apart on him. And I think you might be right, Sean. Having this thing go a little bit longer may work in his favor.
Yep. Oh, now Buchecha's in on a single. This is where he's dangerous. Whoa, Uchimata counter, though.
Joao Gabriel looking up at everybody like, make sure you guys saw I finished on top, right?
Yeah, that's right. That should be nothing now.
No, I don't think that's anything. Yep, and they're just started back here in the middle. But it looked like Buchecha was going to get him down, and then at the last minute, he countered.
Countered with a little Uchimata.
Now they're essentially going to do a 3-minute jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah, that's right.
And that actually, I would say, doesn't favor Joao Gabriel, but I think given his choice, he would take a 3-minute match with Buchecha versus a 10-minute one.
Definitely. Now he shoots in for his own single. Not something that I mean, that was just to get him out of bounds. I think he should stick to what he does best, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Tie up those grips. That's what he does best. Buchecha's the one that shoots here. That's what he does.
And these guys have fought each other a lot, Sean.
Oh, man, yeah.
And every time, Joao Gabriel just a little bit shy.
Yep. Buchecha clubbing at that left hand of Joao Gabriel.
2 minutes, 24 seconds left to go.
Buchecha probably the closest on that last single that we've seen.
Yeah. The shot that Joao Gabriel took, not near as deep. About 2 minutes left to go here. Our official looking intently here.
Buchecha got to be careful about driving in too hard.
Yeah.
And
the game of chicken is over. So I said earlier, Sean, that deadlines drive results.
This is it now. No more penalties.
They cannot afford a penalty, and we have 1 minute and 39 seconds left. So put your big boy pants on, ladies and gentlemen. This thing's about to get pretty intense here in the next 90 seconds.
Keenan Cornelius, please report to the main table with your gi on.
So just to clarify for those at home, if either competitor receives another penalty, they'll be disqualified. And so now they both know it means business. Not only that, there's only 90 seconds left, and
Buchecha wants to shoot here.
It's deadlocked. Yeah, he doesn't want to tie up again.
You can see he's stepping back to time the forward step of Joao Gabriel.
He does not want him to get tied up on the collars again. He wants to shoot from the outside here.
Sort of fading back, and when Joao Gabriel steps forward, that's when he wants to go.
1 minute, 9 seconds. Something big is about to happen. You can feel it.
Wow.
And there it is.
Cleared out. I don't think that's going to warrant an advantage or anything.
No.
He landed square. He didn't land.
Yeah. He landed face down.
Back or anything.
Had his balance. Wasn't ever really at risk of actually being taken down.
But that could play out for a decision.
Yes. Should it go to decision, I would say that Buchecha has had the better takedown attempt so far, but it's close.
Yep.
I can feel another big moment building here, Sean. 30 seconds left.
Buchecha's had some very exciting endings to a lot of his matches.
Yeah.
So, and there's a drop Seoinage.
Can Gabriel finish? He can't.
Nope.
And now he has to be really careful. That could cost him the match if he can't get back up to his feet here.
He's going to get up with the elbow. Buchecha's countering, almost hits a go behind. Trying to hip drag.
Gabriel up to his knees now, and that's the time. Sean, this is a coin flip.
I don't know who you give it to.
It's hard. It's hard to take it away from Buchecha.
Yeah, it is. It is.
When
I
it's
agree.
this close.
Had a nice-
To me, it doesn't get much more dead even than
No.
this. They both had their. I mean, gosh, if you really made me pick, I might say Buchecha had a couple deeper, closer takedowns, but I almost feel silly saying that one guy is going to get the edge over the other.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you, especially that last little trip over by the out of bounds.
Let's see what our officials think.
Yep, unanimous.
All officials agree. Marcus Buchecha Almeida, 5-time men's ultra heavyweight champion, 5-time men's world absolute champion. A record you have to ask, Sean, will it ever be broken?
Well, that's the 11th, and then will be 12th on the open. Joao Gabriel deflated. But a really nice contest there. Back and forth, standing position. And
Joao Gabriel, one of the best matches I've seen him have with
Yeah,
Buchecha.
definitely.
One of the most competitive ones. But let's play devil's advocate here. If you're Joao Gabriel, is that really the match that you want to go down as that's the one that I won against Buchecha?
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I think he probably doesn't really care, to be honest.
Take whatever, but
you win on that. On this close of a match. But I don't think it's. I think that you could argue slightly more in favor of a Buchecha decision. I kind of agree with you there. Both had their things. Both had their takedown attempts and near successes, and very hard. That was a hard call. I think you could probably, you watch the match again, you could probably make a real strong case for Joao Gabriel as well.
And it's a little bittersweet here, Sean, because, in a lot of ways, we watched what, you typically might see at the end here, which is a Buchecha match, which is your absolute final. And we're not going to get that now, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And, I guess one of the things that is sort of fair to ask here is, how many more is Buchecha going to try to go after? He already competes in pretty limited quantity. I mean, he does the Worlds and very little else. Let's take a look at some of the action, Sean. Maybe we can get a better look at what caused Buchecha to get that edge out over Joao Gabriel.
Third, representing Team Lloyd Irvin, Brazil, Admilson.
Defended nicely on that single.
Also coming in third, representing